This video is in honor of Gracie Lynn Slimmer, who passed away at the young age of 8. We are planting a peace rose given to us by the White Dog Army, and we'd like to thank them very much. That is Susan, Steve, Michael, and Sika Marie, Angel Quinn, Angel Nuka, Puff, Yo-Yo Ma, Oso, and Tycho. The Peace Rose Tea Hybrid is in Memoriam of Gracie Lynn. It's beautiful, and there it is. It has pink and cream and yellow. And I would like to thank the Jackson and Perkins Horticultural List for planting advice. Whereas we just entered winter and we are doing a plant container instead of actually putting it in the soil. You will need hay, a good pair of scissors, some sand. It can be left over from a different project, like our sand was. You'll need about 2 Blue Bunny buckets worth. Some topsoil, not too expensive. The Miracle Grow Moisture Control Potting Mix, a little more expensive by quite a bit. The plant itself, which is the Peace Rose, and the polyurethane container, which is 16 to 18 inches in diameter and depth. You will want somebody that is very trustworthy to drill those holes for you at the bottom, for a Peace Rose does not like to be in standing water, otherwise it'll rot the roots. So definitely important. So here we are going to begin. First off, get those 2 buckets of Blue Bunny sand and pour it on in. All those helpers are my pugs. Yep, you need another bucket. Go ahead and pour it on in. Shake it even. Great job. Next you need your handy dandy scissors, because you are opening up that topsoil, but you got to move the plant out of the way. You don't want to crush it. That would defeat the purpose of planting it. And of course the pug helpers always like to get right in there. And you want your handy dandy cup. These are sporting event cups, real cheap. You get them for free usually for buying a drink, and they're good for scooping. But as you can tell, sometimes it's just easier if you dump the whole bag in. That big of a container, you'll need the whole bag. And there goes Toby hiking on the rose bush. Thank you for the christening, Toby. Toby Muzz is such a doll, and he was definitely closest to Gracie Lynn, as they were 100% brother and sister. Everybody else is related to Gracie in some way. Usually, I think they all share, well, they share relatives, let's put it that way. Then you're going to add the moisture control potting mix. Right now we're just creating a mix of the dirt, sand, and topsoil, so we don't want to put the whole bag in quite yet. Now pull up your sleeves, get your hands dirty, because you're going to mix that stuff in. Did I warn you that you probably shouldn't be wearing really nice clothes when you're doing this, because you're going to get messy? Well, if I haven't already and you haven't noticed that I'm wearing a more relaxed outfit, then there you go. Next, you'll want to get that really lovely rose bush out of the thing, but be careful! Those thorns can hurt you. You'll want to squeeze the plastic and push from the bottom. You do not want to dump it out. See, I kind of squeezed and then I'm holding it. If you do that, you're pretty much going to break up the root. But the way I did it, it is looking good. Next, you're going to go ahead and empty the rest of your potting mix that you have, because it's going to need it. At the same time, it's nice if you don't knock your plant over. But I will steady it right now. Yep, there we go. There's all my pug helpers. And my kitty helper. The only one not helping today was Lily Jenny. She's next to youngest. And you want to shake the dirt off the leaves. And again, watch out for those thorns. They will hurt. But there's not enough of that potting soil, so guess what you gotta do? Be sure you always have that extra bag, because you never know when you'll need it. Oh, don't cut there. That's right. You know you're not going to use the whole amount, so you're going to have to cut from the top. Because if you cut from the middle, it's kind of hard to store otherwise. This way you can store and put a rubber band or a tie around it. And you can use your trowel to also put the dirt in. But eventually you'll probably go to the plastic cup, because you know what? It's just easier. Aren't my helpers doing a fabulous job? You can tell George is bored. He just yawned. And you're just going to want to surround the whole base of the plant with it. Make sure no part of the root is showing, and press down to make sure that it's good in there, real good and sturdy, because nothing worse than a plant that falls over because you didn't plant it right. Look at it from all sides. Oops, that side needs a little more dirt. You drag it over and you start adding dirt to that side. That's Mimi Roo, who's black. The little black pug. Toby's the one who keeps circling around me. And George, of course, is in the right corner, looking very handsome and distinguished. Alright, make sure it's all even. Tamp it down a bit. Looking pretty happy there. But, yeah, not going to use the trowel. Just need a little more dirt on the one side. A little more over there too. And throw stuff that's in your way. Just make sure you don't hit anybody with it. It's great to have the pugs involved because they love their sister very much, Gracie Lynn, and they definitely wanted to help with this. And realize also when it's cold, just like I demonstrated, your plant will be cold. And in order to have it insulated, you need to add some straw. The good news about the polyurethane is it's the best container you can use because it doesn't crack like a clay pot would, as well as it keeps items from getting too cold in the winter and too hot in the summer. And as you can tell, I left the bundling on the straw. So keep that in mind, that if you have a lot of projects, you probably want to remove the bundling, but if you're just in a little project where you just need to pull some here and there, you can keep it relatively bundled. I didn't want them to make too much of a mess. You want to make sure there's enough straw to cover the bed. And ta-da! Love yourself. Yeah, I probably shouldn't kiss myself after working with the dirt. And of course, don't forget to water. You want to water around the root area. You do not want to water on top. Nice butt shot.